What's up guys, it is Andrew at Night, and today what I've got for you is a review of the Powerskin battery case for the Galaxy S3. And I've been using this for quite a while, and I've also done a big written review of this which you guys can check out in the description. But first of all, we're just going to run you through the actual hardware of the case and what it acts like as a case, and then we'll talk about the extended battery on the back. So it's a silicone case, it's pretty thin. To pop it on, what you want to do is just pull this little wire out here and just plug your Galaxy S3 into it, and then there's a little indent, which you can kind of see there, which that little extra bit of wire will then drop into, and you can snap the corners of the case over like that. Now, as far as protection goes, this case is actually pretty good. On the back, you've obviously got this pretty hefty bit of a extended battery, so it's pretty hard, and that's all coated in this really soft silicone. Also, you can see on the corners, because this sort of like edge to edge thing, well, not edge to edge, but this sort of, difficult to describe, it's kind of like really angular, so it's much thicker on the corners inside than just on the front. So I think the corner protection is pretty decent. And then you've got a slightly on the table design, not much because the silicone is pretty thin, but just about enough that if you do that, unless there's something big on the table, as I always say, the screen is probably going to be protected. Now this is a little bit loose, you can see here, just rubbing my finger really gently, it does sort of pull off and lift off, and when I've been wearing tighter trousers, or pants if you're American, I have found that often when you pull this in and out, these corners will scuff up a bit, and they occasionally just sort of pop off like that, and because of that you do tend to get a bit of a build-up of lint and crap and stuff, just from your pockets, that sort of builds up inside here, and then after a while it does sort of get caught in the edge of your device. But in general, it's not too bad, it fits alright, and I think if you really want the battery power, you'll be able to overlook that slight issue with the case sort of coming on and off when you put it in your pocket. The battery capacity in this is 1,500, which is just over 2/3 of the capacity of the Galaxy S3, and this is the one issue I really have with this case. For this size, I don't think the battery's enough, because I found myself using this. I'll charge this up, and you can press this little button on the back to show you these nice little LEDs to show you how much charge you've got, and you can charge the device whilst it's inside the case. It'll first charge the device, then when your Galaxy S3 is fully charged, it'll charge this case. But I found myself just charging the case itself, and then I just leave it in my bag. And then if I do need a bit of extra power, I'm on the train or something, coming back of an evening, I can pop this on, and I'll get a bit of extra power. But the trouble is, the amount I get, I sort of get over just about half a charge. I don't really get enough to warrant the size of this case, so I can just about live with it as just that little extra backup just in case if I'm really in need. But I think for this size they really should have put more power in it, and then I would actually consider using it on my device more, sort of more of a day-to-day thing. If it's a sort of double battery, so this is 2,100, so you've got your 2,100 here and you've got another 2,100 in the actual case, I would consider using this a lot more. But I actually sort of found myself using it just to review it, because the capacity really isn't enough to warrant carrying something this big. I've actually started carrying my old Galaxy S2 and then just taking the hassle of pulling out the SIM card, dropping it into my old Galaxy S2, rather than carrying this with me, because I know that I won't be able to get a full charge out of this. But saying that, put it back on again just to show you what it looks like. I think if you can afford it, because it is kind of expensive at about £54, and that's pounds sterling rather than dollars, so dollars it's going to be even more. It's not bad. I mean, you do get a little bit of extra charge, and as I said, the couple of times I've used it, it has been a bit of a lifesaver. But I know that I could easily get an extra battery for this Galaxy S3 for much cheaper with a much greater capacity. And really, the case functionality is quite nice, but because you can't get that full charge, you're not going to want it on the device for longer than sort of half an hour, because after half an hour you've sort of juiced it out, or you've got all the power from the case anyway. If this was enough to double or triple the battery, I would leave this on all day. I would charge it. You can charge it in there, you see, with a little micro USB cable. I would charge it with the case on the device, and I'd probably just keep it like that, because it would give you that extra power, and you can do things you want to do. Whereas at the moment, I feel it's just not big enough to warrant the price as far as capacity goes. Hardware-wise, it's really nice. This feels really cool. It's like a sort of matte, soft touch. It's got a little Powerskin logo there. You can see it sort of picks up fingerprints things quite easily, but it's quite nice. You've got Powerskin there. Again, this thing's really nice just to check the power. And as far as how it actually works, you can see now that it's charging, and if you hold it, you can see now it's not charging. So now the case is on but it isn't charging. Then if you just press it once more again, it'll light up and it'll start the charging again. So I mean, what they've done is really, really good, but I think they just need to go the extra mile, add a little bit more capacity to the battery, and then that would actually warrant this extra size and sort of the bulk of it, because it doesn't feel too bad in the hand because it is rounded off, but it is big. There's no getting around it. It's a big case, and yeah, I'm close to really liking this, but I do think the capacity is too small for the price and for the actual size, physical size of the case. But saying that again, if you guys have sort of 50-60 quid to spend on a battery case, I haven't really seen any others that both combine the battery power and the actual case functionality. So this may be the best option for you if you really want that style. And yeah, if you just need an extra couple of hours, this will do you fine. This will make sure you can get home, you can keep your phone charged, you can listen to music, you can text people. But I wouldn't bank on this if you're going for sort of 2 or 3 days away and you just want to be able to bring something that you can just keep on the phone and not have to worry about it. You are going to have to charge intermittently from a charger because it won't hold enough juice for you. Also, as a little caveat to that, I'm a power user. I do use these things a lot, so maybe if you don't use your phone as much as me, you'll get more time out of it. But even saying that, I think the capacity is just too small. But yeah, that's my take on the Powerskin. This video probably looks like crap because I had a little bit of a problem with my Galaxy S2. I had to flash a new ROM and I'm not quite sure how the camera is functioning, but it seems to be working alright, so hopefully that'll be fine. If you've got any questions about this, just comment below. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, so please subscribe if you haven't seen me before. Ta-ra!